Hello and welcome to Vegas Aces live stream. I'm your host, Heather Ferris, and today we are doing the 3 things you should avoid when cutting the deck. So I'm looking forward to getting started with you. Now, as always, before I get started, remember to subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that we are always notified of our latest videos and live streams. Sweet, we got a lot of you guys in here today. Awesome. It's good to see everyone. And we got a couple, nope. Mr. Chad is in here, Braden's in here, Joey's in here. Fantastic. Really, really good to see you guys. How are you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Again, remember to subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you're always notified of our latest videos and live streams. So, let's get started. 3 things to remember to avoid when cutting the deck. Now, when you're a dealer, as a casino dealer, everybody tells you, don't do this, don't do that, do this, do that, but they forget the why. They forget, what is the reason why? Why do we do that, And that's what I want to explain a little bit here today for the common mistakes that we see people doing in casinos. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you want me to cover anything a little bit further. And let's get to this. Okay, lots of people. Cool. So, number 1. The first thing that you should avoid when cutting the deck is you do not show the wide side of the deck to the player. So if this is the player right here and you are handing them the deck, you are showing them the wide side of the deck right here. This is the wide side of the deck. Now, as a dealer, you never want to show the wide side of the deck to the player. When you offer the cut card to the player, you always offer it at a T shape. So here is the player, here's the line of vision, and the deck is in the T shape, like so. So we'll draw a line right here, and the deck is right here. This way, as you can see on this camera, the player can't see the wide side of the deck when they're cutting the deck. So this is really important. You want to make sure that you are not showing the wide side of the deck to the players. You want to make sure that it is in this T position like so. That way, all they have to do is just cut the deck. Now, the reason why you don't want to show the wide side of the deck to the player is because this inhibits shuffle tracking. So if the player is shuffle tracking, this makes it a lot easier for them to decide where to cut the deck. This makes it a little bit harder for them. Also, too, it protects against cutting to a marked card. So if any of these cards are marked and the player wants to cut to the marked card, then showing them the wide side of the deck makes it easier to cut to that marked card. So that is why, as a dealer, when you are offering the cut card to the player, you never show the wide side of the deck, the wide side. You always want to make sure the deck is at a T angle, like so. Also, too, when offering the cut card, don't go past the insurance line. I know it's really easy just to hand the whole deck to the player like so. It's arm length, it's easier. But as the dealer, remember, do not go past the insurance line. So that's just another quick reminder. Let's see what you guys are saying real fast in the chat. See if you have any questions real quick, and then we'll go on to number 2. Oh, sweet. Thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you. We just got a $50 super chat from Mr. Chad. Thank you very, very much. You get to pick the next live stream. Awesome. Something witty. Ooh, Mr. Chad, if you want to email me at heather@vegas-aces.com, we'll come up with something witty. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to this. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really do appreciate it. Thank you. And if you don't know already, Super Chat is the way YouTube allows you to show your appreciation by tipping me any amount you want. Please give it a try like Mr. Chad, or you could show your support by becoming a member of our Patreon page. We have several different levels and rewards for you to choose from. Any membership level counts, even $1, so please join today. Now, anything you guys donate or Super Chat, it goes to me and it helps a lot. It helps me keep running things, especially during COVID. So please donate, and thank you so much for anything you do donate. Thank you again very much for that, Mr. Chad. Okay, so let's see if you guys are asking any questions real quick before we go on. Dane says to avoid literally cutting a deck of cards and expecting it to be cake. That's cool. Let's see. Joey says, while practicing blackjack, my maid tried to cut the deck along the face of the top card, and I just shook my head. Yeah, I would shake my head too. I don't blame you. Hey, Rocky. Let's see. Okay, cool. So there's no questions. You guys are very amusing in chat. I always love reading what you guys say in the live chat. Thank you again for joining me. Thank you for chatting. It's always such a pleasure reading what you guys are saying. So there's no questions, which is awesome. Let's move on to the next one, number 2. So that second thing that you should avoid when offering the cut card to the players is the player will sometimes take the cut card and they'll run it along the edge of the deck, like so. And I know some of you have heard this before because I've heard it a million times when I was dealing. And they always tell you never let the player run the cut card along the edge of the deck. But for most dealers, you're thinking, well, what's the harm in that, right? Like, that's not going to do anything. If people want to be superstitious, let them be superstitious. You know, if they want to, like, do this before they cut, that's not going to change anything. Well, the reason behind it, remember, we're going over the whys today. The reason behind it is because of 2 devices. In Las Vegas, real quick, it is a felony to use a device at a blackjack table. And in order to complete this cheating maneuver, you need 2 devices. You need a camera and you need an app. So what they do is they'll have the camera either in their sleeve, or they'll have a ring that has a camera in it. And when the player is running the cut card along the edge of the cards like so, they are very slightly moving the cards away enough that their ring camera or their camera in their sleeve can see the very tops of the cards, and it records it. So when they're doing this, they're recording the sequence of the cards. And that camera is then putting that information in an app. The app is recording it. The app is getting all that information ready. The player who does this stays for 1 or 2 hands and then leaves because they did their job. They did what they were supposed to do. And then during the middle of the shoe, you have the big spender come to the table, and with the app, with the information that he got from that, he now knows the sequence of the cards, and now he could bet big money and he could win a lot of money. So that's one of those scams that you try to avoid. And the way you avoid it is you don't allow the players to do this when they're cutting the deck. So let me know if you have any questions about that. We are just finishing number 2, and then we'll go on to number 3. It's always very interesting to find out how people are cheating because they come up with some very interesting cheating techniques. So again, let me know if you have any questions, and then we will go on to number 3. So let's take a quick look at the chat and see what you are saying in here. Hey Yabara, how you doing? Oh my god, as always, you guys are hilarious in this. Yes, so Blackjack Con says also don't show the bottom of the deck. That is very true. You always want to protect the very back card of the deck. Cheaters are getting smarter and smarter these days. Yep, exactly, Dane. Hey Matisse, how you? Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for showing up. I just bought my first shoe. Awesome. Cool. Well, these blackjacks, these live streams are here for you every Monday and Thursday at 1 p.m. If you guys have any questions about anything, please ask them in the live stream. I would be happy to go over it. I want to make these live streams so that I'm available for you guys. I'm available to answer your questions, to go over anything. If you're having a problem, we can go over it. And then the subject is just in case you guys don't ask a question, so I have something to actually record a video about. So please feel free to ask questions if you ever have questions. Don't think that, because we're doing a roulette game, you can't ask about blackjack, for example. Good to see you. Thank you again. Let me see. Oh, wow, you guys are going through that chat really fast. So Clint, hey Clint, you missed 2 of the 3 things. You'll have to rewatch it. Let's see. The cut card can be different colors. You can have red, blue, green. Let's see here. I think I have a red one. Yep. So here's the red cut card, for example. Here's the yellow cut card. So they could be different colors. Usually yellow's the normal card that you use. I have to watch that Simpsons episode. I really need to watch that Simpsons episode. Oh, sweet. Cool. Benny. Hi, Benny. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Wow. Awesome. I feel very privileged. Hey, if you guys get a chance, check out, he's in the chat right there. Oh, yeah, you guys can see my chat. He is in the chat. Be in the know. Check him out. Go to YouTube. He has a podcast up that is really awesome right now. Really fun to listen to. He is in the industry. Talks about industry things. Really, really fun and interesting to watch. Please go check him out. Be in the know. Cool. Yay. You just made my day. Just saying. Okay, so here we go. We got a question. Off topic, how much is a gaming license? A gaming license is different every place that you go to, every different location. Also, too, they change the price in regular intervals. So I'm sure the price has gone up since the last time I got it. 20 years ago, I think it was like $100. If you guys have an amount that you paid for your gaming license, please put it in the chat or in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And it looks like that's pretty much it for questions. Okay, so you guys are good on the questions. Fantastic. So we went over number 1, which was do not show the wide side of the deck, and we went over the reasons why. The second, for those who are brand new, was don't run the cut card along the edge of the deck. And again, we went along the reasons why that is. Please go back and rewatch this video if you didn't see 1 and 2. Number 3 is do not hand the cut card to the player. So when you are offering the cut card on the deck, you offer the cut card as part of the deck. So the cut card is on top of the deck. You're holding the cut card with your finger. You extend it out to the insurance line, and the player takes the cut card and cuts the deck. Should be that quick, easy, and simple. Now, when I say don't hand the cut card to the player, I mean don't physically hand the cut card to the player. I know as a break-in dealer, you're not used to being a dealer just yet, and there are some things that are totally not okay to do when you are the dealer, and one of those things is you never hand anything to the player, whether that's the cut card, whether that's the player's card, anything like that. You never hand it to the player. If a player comes up to the table and they give you money, you never take it from their hand. They never hand you money. Anything you do, the player has to put it on the table, and then you can take it from there. So again, the reason of this video is to go over the whys. The why for that one is sleight of hand, transferring. You don't want to transfer anything to the player. These make really, really great covers if you want to transfer something to the player. So it's a lot harder to do this if you have the cut card on the shoe. Oh, oops, can't transfer it that way. So again, you never want to hand anything to the player. Reason why is for transferring, sleight of hand. You want to protect from this. So everything that you give to the player always goes on the table first, and then the player takes it from the table. And that also protects you too. So as a dealer, let's say you had no clue what was going on and you don't follow policies and procedures, and you hand something to the player, and the next thing you know, management is saying that you just stole money and you gave it to the player and the player walked away. Well, you can't protect yourself if you don't follow policies and procedures. Always, always, always follow policies and procedures. There's a reason why they're put into place. If you follow the policies and procedures in your casino, then security will see all the dealers doing uniform motions at all times. So if anyone does anything that is not procedure, they could catch it immediately, and they could say, oh, that's not normal. We need to look at that. We need to check it out. That's why it's extremely important for dealers to follow all policies and procedures at all times. So again, let's go over the 3 subjects real quick before we end this. If you have any questions, you guys have some time, put it in the chat. Again, I'm here for you. I'm here to answer your questions. Anything that you have, feel free to ask. We'll just go over this real fast for anyone who missed this. First thing to avoid when offering the cut card on a shoe is you do not show the wide side of the shoe. When you are offering the cut card, you always do it at a T angle, like so the player cannot see the wide side of the shoe. Again, real fast, the reason why we do this is to inhibit shuffle tracking. In case someone is shuffle tracking, they'll be able to see where to cut a lot easier if you show them the wide side of the deck versus if you show them a T like so. They cannot see the wide side of the deck. It makes it a little harder for them. The second thing is it also protects from cutting to a marked card. So if you're showing the wide side of the deck and they're marking the cards, this makes it easier to cut to that marked card. So that was number 1. Number 2 was do not run the cut card along the edge of the deck like so. Remember, the reason why for this is because there are 2 devices, a camera and an app, that players can use. For example, on a ring, there could be a camera on there. When you are sliding this card, then that camera can see all of the cards as they're going by. That information goes to an app. The app gives that information to another person who uses it to take advantage of the casino. So in order to protect from this scam, do not allow players to run the card along the side of the deck like so. So that is a no-no. That was number 2. Number 3 is do not hand the cut card to the player. Reason why is you could be transferring something to them, sleight of hand. You don't want to say have a chip in your palm, and then when you go to hand the cut card to the player, they take that chip and now you've had a theft. So those are the 3 things to avoid when offering the cut card on blackjack. And now hopefully you guys understand the reason why you want to follow these policies and procedures, why it's so important for you to follow this on your table. Again, let me know if you have any questions. If you're watching the replay, you feel free to put the questions in the comments. I might just take a little longer to get to them. But before we end, let's go through the comments and see if you guys have any questions real fast. It looks like you guys have been talking a lot, so if I missed your question, please feel free to put it in there again. Let's see. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. Thank you. You guys are hilarious. I love it. Oh, that's a great question. So we have a good question from the player or from the viewers. This is from Mama, Sita, and Mama says, I like that. What are the exercises for dealing blackjack, referring to math? Do dealers have to learn how to count cards so they could catch card counters? So learning how to catch a card counter is different from, say, blackjack math. We do have, say, card counting drills that we use to be better dealers, but that's not card counting like how you are thinking. It's more just actually counting the cards to make us better dealers. If you are a dealer who wants to be better at what they do, then yes, you would learn about card counting, you would learn about deviations, you would learn about the EV, you would learn about as much as you can in that industry so you can get better. The only way you can identify that something is happening is if you have that knowledge to identify it, and that's why we're here. We're here to help you. We're here to teach you, and we're here to help you identify these things on the table so that way you could catch a card counter. So that way you could catch, say, someone who is using a ring to get information about an entire deck of cards. So there are plenty of books out there. We are going to start putting more information on our website as well about that. So expect that to be coming here in the future. We had planned on doing that earlier this year, but unfortunately COVID sort of knocked us upside the head, so we're just trying to get back from that. Let's see if you guys have any other questions. Clint, can you backhand the player? No, you cannot backhand the player. Although I have seen a dealer punch a player before, but that's because the player punched him, so it was, sort of justified. But that's an interesting story for later. Okay, great. So it looks like that's all the questions you guys have. If you think of a question later on, please feel free to put it in the comments and I will answer it later. I am always here for you guys. Just remember that. Just a quick reminder, Vegas Aces is supported by viewers like you. Donations make it possible for us to bring you these videos for free. If you think this video is worth more than $0, please donate the amount you feel it's worth by clicking the link in the description below. You guys have been fantastic. I've really enjoyed this. It was great seeing you, great talking with you guys, and I hope to see you again next Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll see you guys around. Have a good one. Peace out.